Hi everyone, my name is Flat Potato. I'm the president of the Republic of Pizza. This is FlatNews, and today I will tell you all the news of our political Minecraft server for the last month. This will be interesting. Let's go! So, before we start discussing the news that happened recently, let's remember the events that happened earlier. Remember I told you about the player who became president of Iraq? I mean, no one remembers? Okay, let me remind you. Let's start at the very beginning. Meet this man. This guy is Amori, also known as Random Guy on internet. He is the Emperor of Swaglandia, concurrently the leader of the most powerful nation in the world, a wise politician, a lover of bringing democracy to other countries and generally a cool dude. And this is another player, Spoke is here. This is a regular player. At first, he was a citizen of Swaglandia. He borrowed some money from Amori, and after that for some reason he committed a terrorist attack there. He blew up the square and stole the dragon egg. If you believe what he said, he wasn't the one playing from his account at the time. After that, he escaped to an island on the edge of the map and created a state there called Iraq. And then we managed to agree with him. And then we became friends and we made a video about it, but if you watched it, you know at the end I said,
"By the way, he hasn't returned the money yet."
Yes, Swaglandia completely bombed Iraq into ruins without a declaration of war. Twice. Which, by the way, is useless, because there was absolutely no infrastructure in Iraq except for this structure of dubious purpose. Our experts assume that this is a rocket. In fact, the foreign policy of Swaglandia and its wise Emperor Amori is extremely strange. For its full dissection and analysis, it is necessary to make a separate 2-hour video. Well, we're continuing. So, while the conflict was unfolding in Iraq, we quietly seized a nearby island. Who's we, you ask? Well, it's the Republic of Pizza, of which I am the president. It's the freest and most libertarian country in the world. Right now, it's still pretty small, consisting of just 3 people, me, Alex 63, and... Wait, who's the third? Never mind, it's just the 2 of us. Anyway, we annexed the territory and named it Irol. Yeah, we just swapped out the last letter. Oh, and I also built a cool house there. To be honest, I have some doubts about how useful this territory is. Seriously, anyone living here will step out of the house, and on one side, they'll see the bombed-out ruins of Iraq, and on the other, the world border. Looks weird, but okay. Well, that's about how the whole Iraq thing ended. The eastern island was annexed by the Republic of Pizza, and the western island was completely bombed by Swaglandia for non-payment of a $10,000 debt. Just a minute, Alex. May I ask where are the 6 sets of diamond armor and the hundreds of thousands of dollars I loaned you? You ask me for large sums of money very often. I just thought that if you can't pay off your debt, I won't give you another one. Did someone say debt? I'm always ready to help. If you ask me, I can bomb Alex's house. No. That won't be necessary. After that, there were no more such events when someone bombed someone else. While I was telling these stories, I mentioned Swaglandia, Iraq, and Pizza, but there are other countries on the map. For example, Eskis, whose leader is this dude with a long nickname we call DDD, and Trearia, whose leader is Phantom. Small correction, Eskis was also a little involved in the Iraq story, but there wasn't much to report there. So, the president of Eskis is a fun dude and a cool businessman. The leaders of the Republic of Pizza, Swaglandia, and Eskis became good friends, so they decided to form a defensive alliance called the Potato Alliance. That's what it's all about. But I haven't told you about Trearia yet. It's the only socialist state on the server. It's not in the Potato Alliance. You can say that they are good builders because they built a whole castle. But one time everything changed. Why the hell there are outposts around my island? I demand 2 closest outposts to be removed as those show disrespect towards government of Republic as well as considered as act of aggression towards freedom and sovereignty of Sunspear. The Republic of Pizza respects the sovereignty of all nations. However, sovereignty stems from legitimate claims to territory, not arbitrary declarations of disrespect. The area where we have established our base was, to our knowledge, unoccupied and unclaimed. Claiming vast swathes of land as some sort of buffer zone is not a right recognized under any system of international law, especially not one that values actual freedom. Should Trearia's future ambitions involve eastward expansion, and our existing base presents an obstacle to those plans, the Republic of Pizza is always open to exploring mutually beneficial solutions. While we cannot simply relinquish this asset, we did, after all, commit considerable resources to its construction. We are prepared to entertain offers for its acquisition, starting at $100,000. We firmly believe in I wanna buy your outpost. After that, we met on the server, but Phantom said $100,000 was too high a price for one chunk enclosed by a cobblestone fence, so the deal didn't work out. He built a wall around my military base with offensive writing on it. I decided to just stay away from him after that. But then he left offensive signs near an outpost that belonged to the state of Escus. Mr. DDD didn't like that very much. Then somehow Phantom managed to get into a fight with Amori, even though they had been friends before. Eventually, Trearia quarreled with everyone. Swaglandia and Escus were intent on starting a war. Trearia has not violated the NAP, so the Republic of Pizza will not be involved in a war if you invade. And I don't recommend you to start the war. Serious. To make a long story short, war broke out, Trearia was completely bombed and it capitulated. The people of Trearia have fled to Nether. Yeah, all of that happened very quickly. That was the stupidest war ever, lol. That was all the most interesting news for the last time. Join FlattyCraft, create your own towns and countries, play and have fun.